Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to play your life like a video game and how to play the game. I'm basically going to give a structure that you might really like. This video is really great for people who maybe are millennials or that used to be gamers growing up, you know, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, who knows, PlayStation 1 to 3 era. Maybe you were born in the 80s or 90s and you're into, you know, games. You never really want to grow up and you don't want to you know, honestly, you know you need to adult and you're not quite ready for it, and maybe this might make it a little more exciting. So if you're any one of those kind of people, this video is for you for sure. So just a real quick preface. I actually watched this video from this dude. Maybe you know him. I don't know him actually, but you know, I just liked how he, you know, broke this down. In fact, I think that he did one other video about playing life like a video game. And in games, there's different stats, there's HP, you know, and there's different things that you're trying to accomplish. You know, there's items, there's, you know, objectives, and all sorts of stuff. This is actually a shot I was trying to get in the first run of this video, but, you know, this is kind of cool shot. It's got a drone, and it's like he's playing in third person, and there's his car or whatever. But I really took this to heart. I was like, okay, let me look at this and let me just really see if I can make my life like a video game. So what I did is I started using Trello. Trello is a great project management app, and I'm going to define a couple different things when it comes to playing your life like a video game. Okay, so in every video game, now I played you know, JRPGs. You know, I played Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy 7 was my jam for sure. And you know, I played a ton of different games, Armored Core, you know, Mega Man, but really I think that this playing your life like a video game really works well with RPGs, role-playing games. And so what I did, since there's one factor in RPGs that is more important than anything else, and that's XP, experience points. And so I went and found a table of, you know, Final Fantasy 15's experience points table, from level 1 to level 99. And I was able to just kind of determine, okay, how much XP does it take to get from one level to the next? And what's nice about this is it also helps you to know how much cumulative XP gets you to each level. So just kind of moving on is, you know, in life, there's always going to be things that you need to do. And there's also goals that we have. So let's say if you've ever heard of a vision board, you could put together or take a vision board. It's the things that you want. You might get a cork board or a poster board and put like a house, a car, family, relationships. Maybe a way of being that is more important. Like you always want to be happy, or you always want to be at a, you know, state of mind that's cool or whatever. You know, maybe new age. I don't know. And there's things that you need to do in order to get to that thing on your vision board. So what I did is, you know, I took some things I've learned over time from other people, successful people, and, you know, I've kind of defined it in this. And so I'm going to basically kind of break this down, kind of the rules to this game, so that way you can be able to determine, you know, what's going to set it up for you. Like, how are you going to lay out your game? And I've even got some rules to the game down here, and I'll kind of go through just a few things, just real briefly, and then I'll show you how to play the game. So right here, I learned from, so I used to do network marketing, and I went to a meeting. It was like a training meeting from someone that was successful in their business. And I'm not really involved with that business currently. He taught about a concept called IPA and NIPA. IPA and NIPA is income producing activity and non-income producing activity. So I can assign XP to that non-income producing activity and income producing activity. Now, why would I do non-income producing activity that would gain you XP? Well, I wanted to stay positive. I didn't want to be discouraged to play the game. So, but I went ahead and just made it something that was so insignificant that it's like, there's no point in doing any of this stuff. I might as well just focus only on the things that are going to reach me towards my goals. Then I learned from another guy. He's a millionaire. Got to hear from him and ask him a question about priorities, how to set your priorities. So, you know, everything's important. You know how to time manage, but you don't know which one or how much time you should spend on a particular thing. And so I asked him about priorities, and he had said, okay, you know that chart or you know how you can organize your stuff, like the important things you need to do as important and things that are urgent, and maybe the things that are not important and not urgent. It kind of plays on this IPA and NIPA. But what about significant? There's certain things that you're going to do that is significant, that's going to move the needle to get you closer to achieving those things on your vision board. Okay, cool. So then there's also things, like when you look at this game, there's tasks that you're going to do, and you're going to need to be aware or pay attention to how long it takes to do it. You also might get it done early, and this is related to my life, like because I've got an agency, or I've done client work, and I do marketing, and so for clients, for my own business, and I might do something early, I might do it on time, or I might do it late. So that's all related to XP, and maybe similar to this kind of level of XP up here. Then there's meeting my goals. So let's say I want to do things at a certain production level. Like I want to do 2 YouTube videos per day. I want to do 2 sketches per day. I want to make 2-3 assets for a video game per day. So if I'm meeting that goal, if I'm doing that every day and doing all 6 of those things, wow. Or if I'm going above and beyond, that's what this means. Then that gets me another set of XP. So these are the rules of the game. In this game, you want to beat bosses. Each bosses is determined by an HP, a hit point value, and that is determined by the milestones that you reach. So each boss will have a certain number of milestones, and if you hit a checkbox, hit green checkbox on all those, then guess what? You've beat that boss. You've depleted their HP, and you can go on to the next boss, or you can focus on other tasks. You want to get XP, and this is real life experience too, because every one of those tasks, let's say you use Trello, every one of those tasks are actually going to go towards real XP in your life. You want to get to level 99. And every time that you get more XP, then of course in real life, you become more expert at reaching those milestones for the HP of the boss. You also want to learn new skills. So let's say you don't know how to do marketing, YouTube, but you get a course on YouTube marketing or growing a YouTube channel. You go to YouTube University, quote unquote. You just spend time on YouTube learning about how to market in different ways or make money. So you learn those new skills, and those new skills help you to beat those bosses. Okay, those bosses can be anything. They can be related to finances, health, relationships, or your well-being. All of our lives are basically in that umbrella of those 4 categories. So all of the bosses are related to that. And it doesn't have to be finances. Let's say you want to get on a date, or you want to meet the girl of your dreams. You can apply this to that for sure. And it's going to definitely motivate you. And then you want to clear the game. You want to clear the game with 100% completion. All right? You want to be a completionist, experiencing everything. For me, I want to experience actual everything. Like I want to be a lawyer and a doctor. Well, I don't want to be a doctor, but I do want to learn at some point maybe. And then, completing tasks earns HP. Reaching a milestone attacks boss's HP. Going slow or getting no progress actually will hurt your own HP. Meditation, personal development, progress will restore your HP. Maybe giving yourself a little reward too. It might be like taking an item or using magic. And then each boss actually poses a real threat in your life, because the longer that they don't get defeated, the more they will destroy your life. And I'll show you what that means. Down here, these are just some definitions too, so you could pause and just kind of read this. But I'm going to move forward. So let's go ahead and talk about playing the game. So here we are, getting ready to play the game, and you can see here each boss that I've created here is actually a video game sprite from Final Fantasy games, and here's the milestones, okay, and each boss has a name. So I want to have performance in my life. Well, interruption is going to stop me, and that interruption looks like me not actually being there with my family. So my kids say, hey Dad, can we play? Or my wife is like, hey, we don't spend any time together, or hey, let's go on a date. All that stuff is important so that I can perform really, really well. Otherwise, they're really tearing down the other parts of my life. So that's all super important. Let's say, I want to get to 10K per month. So poverty is the thing that's obviously my enemy there. So I want to take a look at the milestones. I might add or change some milestones. I might have things related to other things I've learned in life. like again IPA and NIPA, significance, stuff like that. So I'm thinking about adding some more things in there, and the more I'm doing, hitting those milestones, the more I beat bosses. But anytime I fall out of doing these milestones, like falling out of rhythm, then these bosses can respawn. So basically what I do is I'll take a task, I created a routine, and these are routines so that way if there's repetitive stuff I need to do, I could just copy and paste it. So here I copy it. I could put it in the backlog. You know, these are all things that are going to be done, like I need to get on. And then these are things that are in progress. Here's a battle, you know, mat right here. I'm thinking about making this into animated GIFs so you can see characters and enemies being defeated. And then same thing with, you know, the win screen, like you know. I could put that here and just have some animations of things that I want, like more of my vision board that I want to see. But let's say I go ahead and paste those 4 things. Here they are, and I hit add a card, and Trello gives me an option to just create 4 new cards. So I create 4 new cards. I'm going to X that. They all appear here, and I like to use emojis. So, you know, I break down the things I need to do for a client, and I put green check marks, and then I go ahead and hit that either orange emoji box or a green emoji box. You can see it right here. There's a green one, and then here's a orange one, just to show that orange is progressing and green is done. I put it in a review and make sure my client likes it, make sure that I'm happy with it, and then I take the sketches. You know, I did some sketches earlier today, and then I go ahead and put it in, create a, you know, this is a comic. That's what that emoji means. So I just put it in there, and that's experience points towards getting to a new level. So anyway, I hope that you like this. I hope that it was kind of fun to learn about or watch. Let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, leave some comments below. I mean, I think that this could be something we create a Facebook group about, if you're interested. What kind of stuff is on your vision board? What kind of stuff do you want to accomplish? What kind of stuff is also in your way? Like, what are some of the enemies or bosses that are holding you back? If you have questions, feel free to go ahead and like, and, you know, maybe subscribe to this channel. You know, I might post more videos on this channel. I haven't decided yet, but my main goal is just to kind of get this idea out of there and talk to other people about it. Hope the best for you, and wish you the best. Look forward to kind of hearing back from you and giving you guys some more ideas to, you know, this kind of cool concept. All right, thanks. Bye.